Welcome to Ancient Ruins Phu Quoc Ridgeback dogs. So the first thing you're probably wondering is how you pronounce that name. It's Phu Quoc, Phu Quoc Ridgeback. So what are they? They are the Vietnamese Ridgeback. They're not the Thai Ridgeback. They're not the Rhodesian Ridgeback. They are the Vietnamese. So they originated from Vietnam. They are believed to be descendants from the dingoes. So the big difference is them and other dogs is they are a primitive dog breed. So they're a breed that lies between, that's a little more close to its instincts, to its wild instincts. So they lie between the domesticated dog and the wolf. So similar to the Siberian Husky, it's a little bit more, has more instincts than other dogs. It's the same thing with the Phu Quoc Ridgeback. So they are amazing, amazing dogs. As you know, I'm obsessed with the breed. They are size-wise, they are probably, if you look at sort of a coyote, they're sort of like the size of a coyote or maybe a small border collie kind of thing. Maybe a really small husky. They're not a big dog, 25 to 35 pounds sort of thing. Not too tall. And so when I say they lie closer to their instincts compared to other dogs, so one of the things is they have a hunting instinct. So I would say similar to a husky. They have those similar sort of instincts like, hunting and stuff like that. And, and the difference is they're a little more reserved when they first, meet someone. They can be quite friendly. Mine are well socialized. So they'll come up to you and they'll wag their tail and, but it's not like a golden retriever that's like, hi, how are you? And the same thing with other dogs. If they don't know another dog, they're sort of like, oh, okay. They're very curious and they're sort of like taking their, they might give a little tail wag and try to get to know the other dog, but they're not, sort of heavily domesticated dogs like, the doodles and the golden retrievers and the Labradors that sort of dive into life and dive into people. They're just sort of getting their bearings and they like a little bit of a slower approach, get to know the person. They're not an aggressive type dog, so they're not a big, powerful guardian type dog. They were used in Vietnam for hunting and for, I think it's cart pulling as well and guard, but they're not like a serious guard dog at all. They have a lot of abilities, so they can climb things very well. They're extremely athletic. They're very healthy. They live to be, potentially up to 13 and 15 years in Vietnam, and that's where they have very little medical attention. They're very trainable. Surprisingly, they listen very well to commands. It's really interesting that they do that, but they're sort of a softer dog. They're not a strong dog that you really have to really assert yourself. They're not like that. They're sort of a soft dog that responds very well to body language. I use them in my dog training business because they're stable dogs, or they're good with other dogs. They'll stand their ground if another dog went after them, but they're pretty cool dogs. You can see here they're responding very well to my body language and to my cues. We have a breeding pair. We have Congo. He's our male Vietnamese, and he's an import from Vietnam. And then we have Kenya, who's also an import from Vietnam. So they are, very expensive imports, excellent bloodlines. We have the brindles are really high in demand. As a result, they're higher in price. We have the gold is the next sort of standard up, and they're a little bit cheaper, but they're actually almost more beautiful. I just fell in love with the gold. And then we have the fawn. So the Phu Quoc Ridgeback, who's the ideal home for a Phu Quoc Ridgeback? First of all, someone who's active, someone who likes the outdoors, someone who likes hiking, exploring, doing things, taking their dog everywhere. If you have another dog, that's a huge plus because they are a pack dog. They live very well with other dogs, and they sort of prefer that, I think. Or if you have a dog and you have friends who have dogs or family members who have dogs, that's fine. They can make an excellent best friend. The benefits of them is they don't really they don't bark a whole lot. Like they don't really bark when someone comes over and stuff like that. They're not a noisy breed, which is really awesome. The puppies are well socialized. We socialize them right from, we start at 3 weeks old and we have guests over and stuff like that. So here Congo and Kenya are meeting, two people that came to see the puppies at the veterinarian. So you can see they both, they like to have their pets. She's sort of a suck, but it's sort of a quiet, calm energy sort of thing. Now, these two were not socialized right away. I got them a little later. So they were imports from Vietnam. So their puppies are even more social. So, they're really coming around with people and they really got to really, really like people a little later on. Initially, they were shy when I got them, being imports from Vietnam, but the puppies are extensively socialized. So they're pretty great dogs. And here they're greeting our guests. We are now accepting reservations for this litter. If you are interested, please feel free to contact me if any other questions that we have not answered in this video. Thank you.